Imagine this. Your partner has been acting differently lately. She used to leave her phone lying around, but now it's always face down. She used to tell you everything about her day, but now her answers feel vague, almost rehearsed. Then one evening, while sitting on the couch, her phone lights up with a name you've never seen before. She grabs it quickly, her face changes, and she says, "It's just work." But something about the way she said it doesn't sit right with you. A week later, you ask her directly if there's someone else. Her response, "You're paranoid. Why don't you trust me?" This isn't just a denial, it's a carefully crafted response. What she says first in moments like this isn't accidental. It's a window into her thought process, her guilt, and her need to protect herself. And if you don't know how to decode it, you'll never know what's really going on. In today's video, we're going to break down the psychology behind her words, what they mean, why she says them, and how you can respond without losing your peace of mind. This isn't just about relationships, it's about understanding human behavior on a deeper level, so you're never caught off guard again. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you've ever been in a situation like this or want to make sure you never are, this is the channel where we uncover the truth behind human actions and emotions. Let's get started. Why she says, "You've been ignoring me for years." Let's unpack that statement, because it's more than just words. When she says, "You've been ignoring me for years," she's doing three things. 1. Deflecting accountability. By highlighting what you've supposedly done wrong, she's redirecting the spotlight from her actions to your perceived shortcomings. It's a classic move to avoid addressing the real issue, her betrayal. 2. Weaponizing your vulnerabilities. Now think about it, she knows your insecurities and uses them to make you question yourself. Maybe you've been busy with work, or maybe you've had moments where you weren't as attentive. But instead of acknowledging her actions, she frames the narrative as if you're the problem. 3. Justifying her behavior. The underlying message in this statement is, "What I did wasn't entirely my fault. If you had been better, I wouldn't have done this." It's a way to ease her guilt by convincing herself and you that her actions were a reaction, not a choice. Have you ever been in a situation where someone shifted the blame onto you during an argument? How did it make you feel? Drop a comment below, because this is something many of us have faced, and understanding it is the first step toward breaking the cycle. Why her first words matter. The first words she says when confronted are critical because they reveal her emotional state and thought process. Whether it's "you're crazy," "why don't you trust me," or "you're always working," these statements are often carefully constructed in the heat of the moment to deflect blame and confuse you. Take Tom, for example. He confronted his girlfriend after noticing she was always smiling at her phone and staying late at work. When he asked her if there was someone else, her response was, "Why are you so insecure? You're the one who's been acting distant lately." Instead of answering the question, she shifted the conversation entirely. Tom left that conversation feeling guilty, even though his instincts were right. Here's the thing: most people, when guilty, rely on two psychological tools, deflection and gaslighting. Deflection avoids the issue by putting the focus on you, while gaslighting makes you question your reality. This isn't always calculated. Sometimes it's an instinctive reaction to avoid taking responsibility. When you hear a response like this, don't engage emotionally. Stay calm and redirect the conversation back to the original question. For example, if she says, "Why don't you trust me?" respond with, "This isn't about trust, it's about clarity. I need a straight answer." By staying focused, you avoid being pulled into the emotional web. Common phrases and what they really mean. Let's break down some of the most common phrases women use in these situations and what they really mean. These aren't just words, they're strategies. 1. You're crazy. This is an attempt to make you doubt your perception. If you feel crazy, you're less likely to push further. It's a form of emotional manipulation designed to keep you off balance. Respond with confidence. I'm not crazy. I just want honesty, and I hope you can give me that. This disarms the tactic without escalating the situation. 2. Why don't you trust me? This flips the script, putting the focus on you and your supposed lack of trust rather than her actions. It's designed to make you feel guilty for even asking. Redirect. Trust is built on transparency. I'm asking for clarity so we can rebuild trust, not because I enjoy questioning you. 3. You've been ignoring me for years. This why deflection works and how to overcome it. Deflection works because it triggers your emotions, whether it's guilt, confusion, or frustration. Once you're emotional, you're easier to manipulate. This is why staying calm and focused is your best defense. Chris confronted his partner after finding out she had been texting her ex. Her immediate response: "Why are you snooping through my phone? You're invading my privacy." Chris was so caught up in defending why he checked her phone that he completely forgot about the real issue, the messages. By making the argument about his actions instead of hers, she successfully avoided accountability. This is why it's crucial to stay on topic and not allow the conversation to derail. Set boundaries. We can talk about the phone issue later. Right now, I need answers about the messages. This keeps the focus where it belongs, on the truth. How to spot truth vs. lies. When someone is lying, their body language and tone often give them away. The key is knowing what to look for. 1. Inconsistent details. If her story keeps changing or details don't line up, it's a red flag. 2. Excessive defensiveness. If she gets overly defensive or starts attacking you, it's often a sign of guilt. 3. Lack of eye contact. While not always a definitive sign, avoiding eye contact during serious conversations can indicate discomfort or dishonesty. Listen more than you speak. Pay attention to her words, tone, and body language. Sometimes the truth isn't in what she says, it's in how she says it. The importance of clarity and closure. At the end of the day, the goal isn't to win an argument, it's to find clarity and make decisions that are best for you. Whether she admits to the truth or continues to deflect, your peace of mind is what matters most. If the conversation feels like it's going nowhere, set a boundary. I can't move forward without honesty. Take some time to think, and we'll talk again when you're ready to be open. This puts the ball in her court while preserving your dignity and mental health. Let's talk about Aid, a man who refused to let himself be manipulated. When his girlfriend started acting distant, he confronted her calmly but firmly. She immediately responded with, "You're overthinking things again. This is why we always argue." Instead of taking the bait, Aid replied, "I'm not here to argue. I'm here for the truth. If you can't give me that, then we don't have a relationship." That simple, confident statement changed everything. She knew she couldn't manipulate him. And while she didn't admit to anything that day, Aid told me that her reaction, her panic, gave him all the clarity he needed. Sometimes you won't get the full truth, but standing your ground and refusing to engage in manipulation is a win in itself. It's about protecting your peace and refusing to be pulled into a game you didn't sign up for. Have you ever been in a situation where someone tried to deflect or gaslight you during an argument? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments. I want to hear how you stood your ground or what you learned from the experience. Do you think deflection like this is always intentional? Or could it sometimes come from fear of losing the relationship? Let's discuss in the comments. Remember, recognizing the pattern is the first step to protecting your peace. We've explored how the first thing someone says when confronted about cheating can reveal their mindset. From deflection to gaslighting, these tactics aren't random, they're calculated to shift blame and avoid accountability. Recognizing these signs helps you stay grounded and protect yourself emotionally. If you're in a situation like this, don't rush to react emotionally. Take a step back, assess the facts, and don't let manipulative words cloud your judgment. Your peace of mind is worth more than engaging in endless arguments. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button and subscribe for weekly content that helps you navigate relationships, self-awareness, and personal growth. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video with them.